Hey up lovely people. About half an hour ago, it was lovely out here. It started raining and I've just gone to pick something up in the car, and lots of the farmers have cut the hedges these last few weeks, and the roads I kind of wanted to ride on were covered in spiky bits. You know what this video is about already. I am yet to undertake it. Let's take this off, shall we? You can actually see me. I have been putting this off. You're probably the same. Just big effort for a long time. I do FTP tests differently. Now, I really should look at doing the proper ones, like the ramp test. Maybe I should do that. But I tend to go up the Alp to Zwift for my FTP test. I've been putting it off. I really don't want to because it's hard. It's hard work. But I want to see where I'm at right now, because I have a nagging doubt and a nagging feeling that my FTP is low at the moment. As you know, I like climbing. I'm better at climbing than I am fast flat by a stretch, as far as I'm concerned. Granted, you know, I could sit and do what I did at Manchester with Aki and Russ and Sean and Mike for quite a while, but long sustained effort up a hill is my kind of deal. Granted, it's going to be indoors, but it's a similar kind of thing. I can't remember if the last time I did it I was on the watt bike or not. I think I might have been. No, I wasn't. I hadn't had the watt bike by then. I bought that before summer. Yeah, I know, stupid. So the last time I went up the Alp de Zwift, it was 46.39, but I had a 30-second power out. So I call it a 46.09. My average power was 324 watts and I was 76.2 kilos. I'm very similarly weighted right now, a tiny bit more, but I simply cannot be asked to change any of that. And I want to see, what I can do. See if I can get close to 300, maybe. I've been suffering a bit recently, but the legs have started to feel better and better over the last few weeks. I'll put a little screenshot here. My Zwift, training, fitness, Zwift fitness. Regardless of numbers, the trend is the right way. Obviously, it's going to be because I had time off. I was injured, with surgery. You know, I snapped my meniscus tore my meniscus, should I say, in February. Got surgery in March, had time off, had to slowly build it back up. And granted, I've done some silly things like the dragon ride 12 weeks after surgery, 13 weeks after surgery, and I'm back into the 100-mile rides, this, that, and the other. But it is utter madness. I wouldn't have been saying this 2 years ago. To feel like that, going out and doing an easy 100 miles last weekend in 6 hours feels like I'm going nowhere at the moment. Feels ridiculous, utterly ridiculous thing to say, but because I've got such a ridiculous thing for next year, doing 2,200 miles in 14 days, I need to be more ready. Does that make sense? I hope so. So the FTP doesn't necessarily feed into that, but I'm also doing the Fred Whitten again, and as you know, last video, was it the last video? No, 2 videos ago, the film was out. If you've not seen that, I'll put a link up to it. That's going to be my last training ride before my challenge next year. Stupid thing. Again, how life progresses. You know, 6-7 years ago. No. Yeah, 7-ish years ago. A 45-mile ride was a long bike ride for me. Now it's like a middle of a Friday afternoon kind of just nipping out for a quick spin kind of thing. Now we're looking at epic, daft, bloody stupid, nothing is short enough, nothing's long enough, sorry. Yeah, and I've got to the stage now where I'm properly daunted by it. I was daunted last year, but I thought last year was manageable because it was short enough, 8 days, that I could recover easily from it and not have to have a rest and not have like overloaded fatigue day after day after day after day after day. This time, yeah, it's big. So anyway, I've been prattling on way too long. Can you tell I'm putting it off? I'm going to go and get changed and I'm going to... I'll see you in the garage. It's a mess in there. You're going to have to put up with that as well. Sorry. Obviously. Just prolonging the agony. Right. Everything's reconnected. I've got fan at the ready, YouTube at the ready for music. 600 million bottles everywhere, including the sticky bottles again. Thank you, Toby. Yeah. To get the phone companion app on so I can use when I get the feathers. Let's have a look, shall we? Routes. Oh, Road to Sky. So, gonna get on that. Bit of a warm up. Let's get in the light. Put my other light up for you guys today. Definitely need to warm up. Let's find some funky music. And yeah. I'm gonna caveat this with not just to you but to myself, and I know I shouldn't because it's my excuses. I'm riding tomorrow. I've got a club ride in the morning. It is the afternoon. And tomorrow I wanted to do a long route, but life's throwing life in the way. So I need to get out early doors tomorrow. I won't get as many hours as necessary. It is what it is. So let's use the excuse and do something really difficult. Right, come on Scott, shut up. Let's get going. Here we go. I can tell already I'm going to be miles off. Absolutely miles off. Oh, Jesus. Not even halfway. God. 6.5 k's in and my wattage is absolutely plummeting. I only averaged 253 for that last hairpin. Oh, it's awful. 3k to go. Oh, getting worse. Average power's down in the 240s now on these segments. I'm unfit. So, I'm already past my PB and I've still got 1.8k to go up here. I've got an inkling that the calibration on my old Tax Flux S or this watt bike is massively different. Stay up time 55. So that was 55 something. My average heart rate was like 170 up there. Yeah, average wattage is way down. But here's what it is, it's a benchmark. And as disappointing as that is for me, excuse me, it gives me a proper kick up the arse. So I need to stop doing all zone 2 training. I need to put in a lot more stuff like this, high intensity, short rides. Right, so as I still descend, you know, I've got to get the miles back in, haven't you? I'm just having to think about this. There's definitely an element of less fit, but going by my statistics on, well, let's say Strava or fitness.icu, my fitness isn't that much different from February. Granted, I was at the peak of training then, but I can still go out and do an easy 100 miles in just over 6 hours. That is no different. My average heart rate hasn't changed. So the only metric that's changed on this, on the Alp, is the watt bike. Now, can it be that the watt bike's calibration is out? Am I making excuses for myself? Because the power meters on that, the giant power meter pedals, which do get calibrated, and the Taxflux S that I used to have. I always used to get exactly the same readings, like one day after the other, for sprints at certain power levels, for this, that and the other. And I have noticed since getting the watt bike that everything is a bit harder on Zwift, which is weird. It's been getting in my head on the QT. So do I try and get it calibrated again? I've tried several times and it never seems to get any easier. Because this time last year I was out doing 3 watts per kilo rides on Zwift. Not really any bother helping out on sweeping, stuff like that, and now I struggle to do the same. And I'm no less fit. Well, I'm slightly less fit, but not that much less fit. I'm not 6 minutes up the Alp less quick. I'm guessing the average wattage was about 260, 265 on that, as opposed to 324. That's 20%. I'm not 20% less fit than I was last year. So, it is what it is. I mean, I could chase it all day. I could get somebody out to check out the watt bike to see if it's out of calibration. But at the end of the day, it is a baseline for the rest of winter at the end of the day. So, as mildly upset and miffed, I think miffed as I am, sorry about the noise, I'll let this warm down, I have to go with it. That's my kick up the arse that I need for winter. More high intensity training, not just zone rides. I mean, the zone 2 rides are perfect for next year's challenge, but they don't really do a great deal for the Fred, for the high intensity hill that I need to do. So yeah, let's get more of these done. As much as I don't want to, I'm going to have to do an Alp a month as a bare minimum, I think, or something of that ilk. So yeah, I'm going to sign off and go and have a little cry. I might just, that's my shower, having a bit of a cry. So yeah, if you've had any similar issues with calibration and stuff like that, let me know. Obviously with the watt bike, if you've got experience with that, I mean, normally I turn it off between rides anyway to make sure it's calibrated that way. And I've tried using the app, but it's, I don't know, it's not very intuitive, not like other ones. There's more, I do love it, don't get me wrong, it's a great tool. Yeah, just let me know if you've had any issues of the same ilk, or I should just suck it up and put my big boy pants on and just train harder for more. Anyway, love you lots, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, whatever that may be.